Good evening, TDN listeners and the viewers to this week in interview. A very warm welcome to you in 2025. This is our first time together in 2025, and I'm looking forward to this year and all of what we're going to accomplish together. 2024 was a wonderful year. I had such great conversations with so many accomplished folks, and I enjoyed sharing those conversations with you. And so we're starting 2025 with a bang. We're hitting the ground running. I have a very, very special treat for you. This is the first program of this weekend interview for 2025. I want to wish you and your family all the success in 2025, best of health, first of all. And of course, we do big health stuff. We focus on men's health. So men, don't wait for me to tell you, go check your prostate and all of those things that you have to do as men. My ladies as well, do your regular, put it in early to go do your checkups, all of what you need to do. And if you already know that there's things that you have to improve, let's make some of those New Year's resolution be around your health, because I like to say that not only we have the most informed audience, I want us to also have the healthiest ones as well. So in making your 2025 goals, make sure that you put something there to take care of your health. Your body is all you have. Let's do our best to take care of it. As we launch into 2025, also, I wish you and your family, in your endeavors, or your business endeavors, your relationships, whatever it is, I wish you every success. And I will bring on, as usual, some of the folks that we bring on, Dr. Triffy and Cleo Michael. They usually come and help us to think about how we think about our goals, and I'll bring them on early. And then we will do our usual quarterly checkup to remind you to check on how you are doing. So as I told you, this is the first program. I have a very, very special guest. Uh, Her name is Miss Marie-Claire Giraud, and she is a Dominican by birth, Dominican by heritage, and she is so accomplished. I was really, really, really excited. I am really excited to have her as helping me, the one that's helping me to bring in the new year with all our new aspirations and then all our new vigor and energy of all what we're going to do. Because I can tell you, she's done a lot. And from the looks of things, she's also starting off 2025 with a huge bang. So let me just tell you a little bit about my guest. She is a singer, a soprano singer, musical theater singer, jazz singer. She is a songwriter, a composer, a playwright, and she's an actor. She had her early training in Rome, Italy, and since then she's just been really taking the world. I say the world because she is an international performer, so she's been taking the world by storm with her voice, with her personality, with her acting, and just her presence. Just a wonderful energy that she brings. And so I am really, really excited to have Marie-Claire Giraud as my first guest. We will talk about it later in the show some more. But one of the things that caught my attention is that she has an upcoming appearance in an off-Broadway show starting, I think she'll give us the dates, but in February, up to the 16th, I think the 12th to the 16th, but she'll remind me and correct me. But she has upcoming plays. So if you're in the tri-state area, you have to mark it on your calendar and make sure that you catch one of those plays. She's also working on her first jazz album that's supposed to be coming out in February as well. But warm welcome to you, Marie Claire. It's such a pleasure and an honor to have you on.
Me.
Say that again because we didn't catch it.
Thank you. Thank you for
There you go.
having me.
No, it's my honor, it's my pleasure. And I really look forward to this hour or so that we're going to spend together. I already know I may have to invite you back because as I was going through your bio, there is so much that you do that there's no
Yes.
way we can cover it in an hour. Uh,
Yes.
but we'll start. You are Dominican, and everywhere I see you put something on social media, you lead off with that. And so I am going to ask you about that because it seems that being Dominican is really something that's important to you and central to your identity. That's my conclusion from watching the way you position it front and center. So let's talk about Dominica. You were born there, and you have family there, and you go there often. So tell us about what Dominica means to you and what it means to be a Caribbean lady, a Dominican lady.
Well, it's just facts. I lead with
Mhm.
Dominica because Dominica was where I was born. So I always lead with I was born on the island of Dominica in the Caribbean and raised in the Bronx, and then I lead off from there. But those are the facts that because they are the facts and they are the truth. I feel very blessed to be from that region of the world, the Caribbean, especially someplace that is so unique, and just so unique as Dominica because it takes a tremendous a lot in order to go to you really have to want to go to Dominica because as you know it's not easy to get to our little island. We do not have an international airport, so it has to be a destination that you really want to go to. But once there, as my sister describes it, it's like a head of broccoli. When you fly over Dominica, it is so lush, it is so green. It looks like a head of broccoli. It rains every day. Um, it rains every day and you can find every color of green on the island of Dominica. It is so beautiful, and I relish every opportunity that I get to go back there. As I told you before, 2 days after the play that I'm starring in wraps off Broadway, my mom and I will be going to Dominica for a much needed rest and break from the very frigid weather of winter in New York City.
In New York City, right? I'm in New York City as well. And so I know what you're talking about. We've had a few cold
Oh
days in a
yes,
row.
yes, in a
we've, had,
row.
we've
Yes,
had a few cold days. We managed to string it together in a very long string. You know? But I take it. I like winter actually. I like winter. You get to dress up. There are less people on the roads. That kind
yes.
of thing. So
Yeah, I
it's
like
a
winter, but when it gets into 20 teens, I do not like going outside.
it
It's like
goes together.
you can never dress warm enough.
Right, right. So tell us about your interest in performing in theater. How early did you there was that interest sparked, and you knew that that's what you were going to do.
Well, my mom says that I sang before I spoke, so it seems
Mm.
like it was always in me, and because of that, I thought everybody could sing, everybody was an artist, just because it came so naturally. Of course, after growing up, I honed that with a lot of training, but I thought everybody could sing until I found out that everybody definitely cannot sing. But I love it. I love it. It is my driving force. It is my driving passion. I'm constantly working on perfecting and being the best performer, no matter what I'm doing, that I can possibly be. Like right now, I am starring in an off Broadway play by the name of Cherry House. It's written by Frank Dunham Jr., an African American man. It's being presented at Theater Row, which is right on 42nd Street, Times Square. Basically, it's literally off Broadway, which is a great accomplishment to have on my resume. And the play is absolutely outstanding. It is set in 1859, right before the Civil War, and it's set in New York City, and it's set in a brothel, a very upscale brothel in New York City. And I play the woman, Miss Barnes, that basically runs this brothel, and I am protecting a young lady that has come to work at the brothel who is a runaway slave. So she has slave hunters after her, she has bounty hunters after her, and it's all about that. It is incredibly compelling and dramatic, and it has its comedic moments, and it's a period piece. So you have costumes, and it's really outstanding, and it's an outstanding work, and I'm very honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, it sounds fascinating. As I said, I definitely being in New York City has the advantages. So I'll definitely
Yes,
be seeing you on stage, and I encourage the audience as well. If you live anywhere from Boston all the way to Maryland, you should
yes,
plan to come because I'm saying that because I know when there's calypso shows and those things, Dominican events, we get folks from Boston to Maryland and further afield, but
yeah.
definitely. So that's something we want to put on the calendar and to make sure that we attend, not just to support you, but to see you in your element and to really
Thank you.
appreciate the growth. Now, you did you start as a singer and then develop your other areas, or how did it?
I
Tell us, walk
definitely
us
singing.
through a little bit. Yes, go ahead.
Music is definitely my first love. Music and
Hmm.
singing is definitely my first love. Starting first of all with the Great American Songbook. My grandmother was a huge influence in my life, and I used to watch these classic Hollywood movies with her, these musicals with Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. So before I sang these songs, I knew them because I used to watch these musicals every year with my granny, and because nobody else would watch them with her. So I would watch them with her. And I gained a complete love for the musicals, the songs written by from Duke Ellington to Cole Porter to Irving Berlin, Harold Arlen. And so I already knew them. They were already in my DNA even before I started singing them.
Yeah, that was a common thing in Dominica. I found that because even though, like, I grew up in the countryside in Dominica, in Casa Bruce,
Yes.
and my brothers were all into the Bee Gees and Sister Sledge, and we used to have my sisters as well. We would have notebooks, and you would be listening to the song and writing you
The
listen to it
lyrics.
often enough, you write in the lyrics of the songs, and then you remember a lot of that. So Dominica seemed to have um, had, I don't know if it's still there, but around the arts, around the performing arts in the 70s, in the early 70s, all the way through, where we had so many of the musical bands and a lot of performances. There were a lot of theater. So that's not surprising to hear that as a child you'll be watching and singing some of those things. So you studied in the music, and you said, what do you call it, the Great American Songbook?
Yeah, but which is basically the Great American Songbook
Hmm.
and jazz. It's like one in the same.
Oh, okay, so it is in that genre. Okay,
Yes, yes, it's one
right,
in the
right, right.
same.
Okay, and so you said during COVID is when you really developed your voice as a soprano. Uh,
Well, it's
how did you
during
get it? Go
COVID
ahead.
gave us, well, COVID gave me, I can only speak for myself, a unique opportunity to really work on myself because I believe we would never have this time again where the whole world was basically shut down. And within that whole world, New York City, which never shuts down, was shut down, completely shut down.
Hmm.
And I had the opportunity to really do some soul searching work, and it was until that I did that work that I really unlocked a lot of my creativity and saw what I needed to do and where I wanted to go. And from there, everything just blossomed like a flower, basically. From my singing to my writing to my acting, I wrote a 11 song original musical called Charcoal during COVID. Um, I was acting during COVID online during Zoom, doing Zoom. Everybody was doing so many things online because we
Right,
really
right.
couldn't do anything else.
Hmm.
Doing concerts online. So it was an opportunity, and I took that opportunity to grow, not only
Right.
as an artist, not only as an artist, but as a human being.
Yeah, COVID gave some slightly heartache because so many folks lost their loved ones,
Yes.
and but it did allow the whole world to step back and
Yes.
and and breathe. We see all these footage of how harbors that were just polluted became clear with fishes.
Yes. And the sky became so clear. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if we learned that part of the lesson, in terms but we definitely benefited from the personal growth that came from not that is coming down on that frenetic pace of ever,
Yes.
just going and going and going. And so you, so you always sang jazz. Did you do classical as well?
Yes, I sang jazz, but I also studied opera singing. I started studying
Opera.
opera singing
Okay.
in
Hmm.
Italy, but I was wrongly categorized as a contralto, which is the lowest female voice. But during COVID, I met a great teacher that rightly categorized me as a soprano. So I've been on that growth and on that road, on that path of developing that part of my voice, and it's just been incredible.
Oh wow.
It's just been
So
incredible.
from one end of the spectrum all the way.
To the other,
Wow.
right? Exactly.
Wow. And, and
Exactly.
and and so you're finding that freedom in being able to perform on that end of the spectrum.
Absolutely. Yes, because the voice is what it is. In the industry, people wrongly categorize voices by color. Yes, a voice can have a particular color, but that's not exactly where it lies the best.
Hmm.
And especially in black voices, we as black people, the timbre of our voice has a particular color. It can always be a bit darker, a bit warmer, like burnished copper, but that does not necessarily mean that it is a deeper or lower voice. That's just the
Hmm.
color.
Right.
Um, and so that can be confusing to some teachers that are trying to categorize, which happened in my case. But I am a soprano.
Yeah, yeah. And you do it, and as you said that once you started doing that, you felt that energy and that you identified with that
Oh,
aspect.
yes, yes, yes. I love soaring and all those high notes. It's fantastic. It's like
Yeah.
flying.
So besides the acting on stage that's coming up, do you do regular performances like at venues and?
Yes, I have a regular monthly gig at Michael and Victoria Imperioli. They have a jazz lounge called Scarlet, and it is on 83rd in Amsterdam. And my next show there will be on Sunday, March 23rd, starting at 6 p.m. It's the Opera and Jazz Salon, and that's
Okay.
where I'll be. I took this time because I needed to prepare for the play, so that's the next time I will be there.
When is the next performance you said? March what?
Sunday, March 23rd.
March 23rd. Okay. So that's your monthly gig, and then I see
Yes.
you during the summer I see you do stuff like open theater and so on.
Yes, yes. I was in plays. I did some Shakespeare. I did
Mhm.
Titus Andronicus at Grant's Tomb. I played Marcus Andronicus, Titus's brother. And it was fantastic. I've never done Shakespeare, and it was only my second play. I thought the casting was insane to cast me, but they saw something I didn't see,
And
and but it was great.
they cast you as a male, as a brother.
They cast me as a brother, yes,
Oh,
but it was fantastic.
wow.
There's nothing like performing. There's actually not only is there's nothing like performing Shakespeare. There's nothing like performing in front of a live audience. It is whether you're acting, singing. It's fantastic. Well, it's like a give and take. The audience gives you, you gives to the audience, and it's a wonderful um, give and take.
So let's stay there some, right? As a performer, some folks, not everybody is a performer, and some people are nervous. Um, some people are shy, and maybe even that they have the talent, that fear of standing in front of an audience keep a lot of people um, away from maybe something that they would really enjoy. Uh, like I enjoy public speaking. I don't do it enough, but I enjoy public speaking. When folks say if I stand in front of a crowd, I get nervous. I don't get nervous if I have to stand in front of people and speak. But let's spend a little more time about your experience being on a stage with, I don't know, 1,000 eyes looking at you, and this is you. This is your time. The spotlight is on you, and you have to sing your best or act your best. How do you control that nervous energy, and how does it feel when you first step out on stage while you performing and you get in that connection with the audience and afterwards? So spend a little bit of time telling us about that experience.
Well, nerves, I don't think of it as a negative. I use it. I use the
Hmm.
nerves to fuel
Hmm.
me into my performance. And it only adds to it. I think everybody gets nervous to some degree, whether it's a little or a lot, before they speak in front of a group of people. Um, and I just use it. I add it. I use it as a negative, as a positive, as something that will even enhance my performance even more, because I always want to give the best possible performance that I can give to an audience, and always want to be on top of my game. So I never think of nerves as a negative thing. I use it. Everything is used for
Hmm.
the performance.
So you look forward to that connection with the audience, and that
Oh,
energizes
I
you.
absolutely look forward to it, because you're telling stories. Whether you're acting or you're singing, you are a conveyor of a tale, of a story that either the writer or the composer put down to paper, whether it's notes on a page, lyrics, or words. And I try to be the best conveyor of the composer and the writer as I can be, and honor the composer and writer.
Right.
So everything is used. So everything is used
Mhm.
to that end.
And so when you're rehearsing, apart from the technical skill of singing and acting, do you spend a lot of time like studying what exactly did the composer or the writer, and what is the message that they were trying to put in that play or that song?
Absolutely. Like right now, I have my sheet music, because I'm going to be at 54 Below. This is another great thing. 54 Below is one of the premier venues in New York City, one of the top venues, and I'm going to be making my debut there on Sunday, April 6th at 6 p.m. And that show that I created is called From Harlem to Hollywood, a night of Duke Ellington and Irving Berlin. So I'm going to be singing the songs of Duke Ellington and Irving Berlin, and I'm starting the show with Duke Ellington's Creole Love Call. So I have all, even though it's in April, I've already started putting the ideas of the show together and formulating my team that will bring my vision to light. In Along with that, I have the script for the play, Cherry House, that I'm constantly tweaking my character, Miss Barnes. What is she about? Who is she? Even I was speaking even after rehearsal, me and one of the actresses that I have a lot of time with on stage, Natasha, we talk about, the scenes. What do they mean? Maybe we could do this, maybe we could do that. Because we always want to bring out the best and to be really as detailed as possible when conveying the different characters, the different scenes, the monologues, the lines, all of that.
Yeah, how much liberty do you have to, can you talk about tweaking and how much liberty? I guess it depends, it varies from director to director.
That's right. It all depends on the director and of course their vision. But Frank gives us a lot of bandwidth. And of course, if we're going off the rails, he will he will reel us in. But he's a fabulous director, and he's wonderful to work with, and he really gives us a lot of license and liberty, as long as it honors the work, of course.
Right, right, right. That's fascinating because uh, so is that something that when you're on stage you try to be conscious? I'm sure it is, but how much is it a distraction? Am I conveying the message properly? I guess that's done during rehearsal, like maybe.
I mean, during rehearsal, it's so incredible that you asked this question, because at rehearsal the other day, um, it's Jillian, Natasha, and myself with the other gentleman that are on stage with us, and there was something that happened within the lines, and it's the first time that I caught it, and I acted on it automatically, because sometimes you notice things in the action of it when you're doing it, and then you can write it down. So it's constantly, new things are constantly coming up. and showing themselves to you within the lines as you speak them. Oh, I didn't see that there before. Let me put that in. And if Frank likes it, he'll tell us. And if he doesn't, he'll tell us that too.
Right, right, right. Okay, and that's really interesting. And then if we go from one performance to the next,
Yes.
so you perform something on Friday night, how and then you come to do it again on Saturday night or on Sunday night. How do you sometimes find that the way you express it is different, and does it have to do sometimes with how the audience reacts to you?
It can change. Of course, you do not want to change it so much that you
Mhm.
throw off your other colleagues on stage. You do not
Right.
want to do that. But there can be subtle things that happen. And if you're working with actors that are present, they will catch it because you have
Mhm.
done so much work, you've done so much rehearsals that you guys know one another. You know what this person is going to do, and you're so much in the moment of that performance that you guys work off each other.
Right. That I always wonder about that. Sometimes I like to go watch it more than once and see how different it is. Because just like when you read in a book, if you read it a second time, you come away with
That's right. Yes, with new
things that you
things,
didn't.
and you notice things that you didn't notice before.
Right, right. So I want to ask you a few more questions, and we go into some of the awards that you had, but we're right around the halfway mark. So I'm going to take a quick break right now. And when we come back, we will continue this conversation. Folks, if you joined me late, my guest tonight on this week in interview is Miss Marie Claire Giraud. Marie Claire is of Dominican origin, Caribbean, like she likes to say. And she is a singer, a songwriter, a composer, a playwright, and an actor. She has been in plays all the way up to off Broadway. I mean, right? She has a play coming up in February that she's exactly just off Broadway. And so her career is definitely moving from strength to strength and from stride to stride. And as you can see, she's very, very passionate about her craft and about her profession, and she's so accomplished. So I'm delighted that she's my guest tonight. When I come back, stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to continue the conversation. We're going to learn about some of the recognitions that she's gotten, some of the accolades that she's gotten, and we're going to spend a little bit more time on her upcoming work, as a play that she is having in February at the Cherry House Theatre, as well as we are going to talk about her jazz album that she's going to release also in February. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Presented by.
People say I've got a great smile. Well, I have to say, this is all thanks to the professional team at Beacon Dental Group right here in Dorchester, Massachusetts. I've got world-class dental care. Beacon Dental Group has expert and caring staff dedicated to providing the most advanced and satisfactory treatment in all aspects of oral health. Their services are designed to meet your needs and give you a perfect smile, too. General checkups, cosmetic surgery, Gemini laser service, and advanced procedures, all in a state-of-the-art facility. Call or visit Beacon Dental Group today, 1026 Blue Hill Avenue, Dorchester, Massachusetts, or call 617-282-2146 for a smile that lights the world.
How much Dominican history do you know? Want to learn some fun facts? We have a great and fun way to test your knowledge and learn more about our history. Get your copy of Dominic Anu, Dominica in Puzzle. Fun for the whole family. Available now on Amazon.com. Visit pushpast10.com to learn more. Email us at dominicainpuzzle@gmail.com or call 877-698-9894.
A smart house run by a vengeful AI. A mute witness to an act of unspeakable evil. A breadfruit thief is haunted. A young man unwittingly creates a god. Giant crapos terrorize a community. A witch seeks revenge on her neighbors, and much more. The Piton Noir Writing Collective is thrilled to announce the release of the third book in their acclaimed anthology series, The Flying Crapo. Flying Crapo, Heroes and Monsters. Now available for purchase on Amazon.com. Get your copy today and embark on a journey filled with heroes, monsters, and the magic of the Caribbean.
Get ready for an electrifying thriller. A fearless New York attorney takes on corrupt corporate giants fighting for the powerless. Can this seasoned attorney and his team take down a monstrous company and its powerful leader? What will be the final verdict? What price will our heroes pay? Find out as you turn the pages of The Trust by Sam George. Get your copy of The Trust today from Amazon.com.
Looking to promote your business, engage current customers, and reach new people? Well, look no further. From the basic presentation to a fully fledged advertisement, use your video ads to attract customers. At Man's Audiovisual Productions, we do just that. We produce videos for business and event promotions, product demo videos, animated explainer videos, fundraiser ads, and much, much more. Engage your clients and sell online. We customize the video to match your brand design. Guaranteed to play flawless on all devices, including smart TVs. Contact us at telephone number 203-690-4342 or 767-245-6238. Visit our website, mansaudiovisual.com, or email us at derekvideo@gmail.com.
Chasing rainbows, I'm chasing rainbows. Whenever I'm sad and feeling bad, I chase rainbows.
Hi, my name is Marie-Claire Giraud. I'm from the island of Dominica in the Caribbean. I was raised in the Bronx and started my training in Rome, Italy. And even though I am a classically trained singer, I love singing jazz. I love the Great American Songbook. I'm an actress. I'm a singer, meaning I sing opera, I sing jazz, I sing musical theater. I'm a songwriter and I am a composer, as well as being a fashionista. I love fashion.
Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet, so is he.
I fly when I perform. I want to inspire an audience. I do the Great American Songbook at the movies, meaning that I take the songs that were written by these amazing composers that were written for the movies that Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, as well as countless other actors and actresses sang in. And it's meant to give people a dream, a fantasy, sharing the fantasy. Life is hard enough as it is. When people come to my show, I want to give them the dream, the fantasy, that when they leave, they're uplifted. They're singing those songs as they're leaving the venue with a smile on their face and a skip in their step.
Picture me upon your knee, just T for two and two for T, just me for you and you for me, alone.
The audience give me so much. Being a live performer is not only are you giving to the audience, but the audience is giving back to you. So for instance, there was a couple in the audience, and when I looked over to them with a song that I was singing, which was a George Gershwin, they were singing right along with me. And that means a lot because they were enjoying themselves. It was a very romantic moment, which makes these songs extra special because in addition to everything else that I've said about them, they are incredibly romantic.
I wouldn't aspire to anything higher than to feel the desire to make you my own.
So I train classically with my teacher, Anthony Manoli, 3 to 4 days a week. Because I always believe in being the best version of myself. I would say to anyone who's pursuing a career in the arts, you can never give up.
Gee, baby, what's your hurry? Relax and don't you worry. We're gonna fall in love.
There are so many wonderful things that are happening right now. I'm going to be recording my first full-length jazz album with Plaid Dog Records that have approached me. You guys can reach me at my website, www.maryclairgiraud.com. Also on Instagram, Mary_Claire Plus.
To rush would be a crime, 'cause nice and easy does it. Nice and easy does it. Yes, nice and easy does it every time, every time.
Wonderful, wonderful. Such a talent. Folks, thanks for staying through the break. As I said before we broke, my guest today is Miss Marie-Claire Giraud, and she is spending an hour or so with us tonight, and we're exploring and learning about this wonderful spark of a performer. She sings, and even when she's singing, she's performing, as she says, not just singing. You saw samples of her on stage, and the joy and the energy that emanates from her, and as she interacts with her audience, and as well as with her accompanying piano player. Wonderful. I look forward to seeing her live as she performs in her upcoming play. So if you joined us later, you missed quite a bit. You should go back and look at the recording. Marika, this was a wonderful video.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so classy.
You.
You didn't have to say you're a fashionista. It was obvious, but really, really classic and classy looking, and it's just your whole demeanor and the way you present your art is wonderful.
Thank
and
you.
so thank you for that great talent that you spend a lot of time and effort developing, so that you can share with us, and that we can get to enjoy. Let's tell the folks, remind the folks again how they can find you. You had a website. That's
Yes.
Mary-Claire. Go ahead and tell them.
Yes, Mary-ClaireGiraud.com. So it's www.MARIE-CLAIREGIRAUD.com.
Right, and
And
also
also
you have Instagram.
and at Instagram at Mary Claire Plus, at Mary_Claire Plus.
Right, awesome. All right, we'll remind them again at the end, because we
Yes.
really want them to know that we're discovering you. Earlier this year, I saw that you had gotten an award.
Yes.
And so let's just run through some. Don't be shy. Um, we're giving you permission to tell us about some of the accomplishment and some of the recognition and accolades that you received for your work.
Yes,
We can maybe go ahead.
I wrote a song a few years back called Chasing Rainbows, and a friend of mine who's a fellow musician introduced me to the Intercontinental Music Awards,
Right.
which is worldwide, and it's open to artists of all genres. And my original song that I wrote, Chasing Rainbows, won for Best Original Jazz Song, which is fantastic.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes. And it's a song all about never giving up on your dreams, and keeping that little spark alive no matter how hard things get, and taking one step at a time, and never giving up on your dreams. Never.
So you wrote the song, you performed it, and you
Yes.
won
And I
your
won.
category on an international stage.
Yes.
Congratulations. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Also, what's your next I guess all of them, you're proud of all of them, but do you have like one that you worked hard or it means a lot to you for another reason?
Well, I just recorded my jazz EP extended play album with Plaid
Mhm.
Dog Records. Now, Plaid Dog is out of Boston, Massachusetts, and Mike Davidson, who owns and runs Plaid Dog, it's an outreach. They really look for artists that they believe in to promote, produce, and record. And they picked me, and through their crowdfunding, I raised all the money to then go to Boston with these incredible musicians from Berklee College of Music and recorded my jazz EP, which includes Duke Ellington's Caravan. The EP is called Caravan. Irving Berlin's Change Partners, East of the Sun, West of the Moon, and my original song, Frank's Song. And Caravan is the single off of that, and it'll be coming out this spring.
Okay, so yeah, Caravan is going to be released, yeah, in the spring. At Berkeley College of Music, I had a good friend who, like, if she was a good friend, I would know because we've been a little bit out of touch. Dr. Diane Richardson, I don't know if you interacted with her. She taught
No,
at Berkeley. Okay. She taught jazz vocals at Berkeley College.
I
But
would love
yeah,
to meet her.
I will look through and see if she hasn't changed her contact information, I could definitely connect you guys.
That'd be
Uh,
wonderful.
yeah. So also, what else? What else? There's so many of them. You won a New York City Caribbean Heritage Award.
Heritage Award a few years back. Yes, I did. That was quite a surprise. I didn't expect to win it, but I did. And it was because of the work that I do as in promoting that I am from the Caribbean. I'm very proud to be from the island of Dominica and to be from the region from the Caribbean and make no qualms about stating that. Because as I said, it is a fact. It's where I'm from. It's on my passport and my birth certificate. So there's no reason to hide it. And Dominica is such a beautiful place to be from.
Exactly right. Who wouldn't boast that they're right? So do you embrace your Creoleness then? Is that?
Oh, well, it's who I am. I mean,
Yeah.
I have no choice but to embrace it, and I lovingly embrace it because it's who I am.
And so how do you see that influence in the way you present your work and the things that interest you?
I think that it does because as I say, it's part of me, it's part of my
Hmm.
DNA. So
Hmm.
people always say that when I speak, they do hear a hint, a little bit of a hint of an accent, maybe in the lilt of the way that I speak, in my cadence. I'm not sure, but a lot of people figure out that I'm not a native born American, which I'm proud of. I'm also proud to be an American citizen. I love New York City. I love New York City. I feel that I have a personal romance going on with New York City. This city never gets old. Constantly, it's constantly surprising me and inspiring me and motivating me to be the best that I can be. Because I feel in New York, you can be if you're willing to do the work, this city is open to you. You can do anything here.
Yeah, I've been in New York for I don't know, maybe 12 years now.
Yes,
And yeah, you do get the opportunity to grab things with both of your hands and make them work, you know,
absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
like nowhere else, like nowhere
Like
else.
nowhere else. New York will
Yeah.
give that to you. If you're willing to put in that hustle, to put in that work, you will get the opportunities.
Yeah, what I find New York has done is, and it's not in a bad way, it's given me an edge.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an edge that sometimes is a weapon and sometimes it's an advantage, but it does give you an edge to make it in New York because once you have to get past that first facade and then you get to the niceness of people because they do open up and are warm and but at first glance you have to break the ice to get in so to speak
You do have
and
to but if you look past all of that and you have your goal in mind and you know what you want to do, there's no door that's going to be closed to you. It will open.
right, right, for sure. And I mean it's very different. Both you and I, we're from Dominica and we live in New York and we thrive in New York, and they're very different. But there is some similarity because Dominica is not an easy place as well. We have our
Oh,
own challenges, and so I
absolutely.
feel like learning to thrive in Dominica also helps in when you come to a place like New York and you
Yes.
have to, put on your armor. Um,
Yes.
you find out that being raised in Dominica makes that experience a little bit easier. One of the other awards that you had is the Amadeus International Music Award,
That's
and you got a
right.
silver
Yes, I won
prize.
that. I won that as well for first place.
Mhm.
I've done so much. The first place of soprano, which was I put you enter all of these you enter all of these competitions, all of these awards, and at the time it's exciting, but then you're doing so much at the time that you actually forget until you get the email or you get the letter saying you won or you placed first, and you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. But you're so much in the act of working and hustling and getting to
Just
that next
enjoying
hump.
your craft, right? Yeah.
Right. Yes. And then you get this accolade and you're like, "Oh my God, it's all worth it. It's all worth it."
So, I'm gonna stay there a little bit. Like you said, you didn't start as a soprano, and then you discovered that voice, and now you're winning awards in that. Is that sort of like a validation? How did you feel about
It
that?
it absolutely is a validation because this world, no matter what you want to do, it's hard. No matter what you want to do, it's hard. And to get validations like that is huge. It means
Yeah,
that you're going in the right path, you're doing the right thing, and you just need to keep going. And
right.
all it is putting one foot in front of the other. Just make that one step every day and you just keep moving forward. And even if you fall and you make a mistakes, it's not a negative because that's how we grow. We don't
Right,
grow from constantly doing the right thing or from doing the right thing every day. We learn from mistakes. We
right.
learn from falling and we grow to be a better person, to be a better performer, better entertainer, better singer, actor, dancer. That's how we grow and become better. So
And and,
mistakes are a
and
good thing.
and it just means that you're pushing the edge. You're
That's
not just in
right.
your comfort zone,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
So let's talk about your
Yes, let's
upcoming work.
talk.
We've spoken to it. We've spoken about it already, but I want to bring it back.
Yes.
The performances that you have coming up and your
Oh,
music release
yes.
that you have coming up. Yes.
Yes. So from February 12th to the 16th, I will be at Theater Row performing in Frank Dunham Jr.'s play Cherry House, where I'll be playing the role of Miss Barnes. Now, you can get tickets online by looking up Theater Row. It's on 42nd Street, and Cherry House will be one of the plays that'll be in one of the theaters there. It's incredible because I am going to be off Broadway, just one step away from Broadway, which is it's fantastic. And the role of Miss Barnes is amazing. I love playing her. And as I said before, before this interview, I was working on the script. After this interview, I will be working on the script. and I will be, and I'll be meeting my co-stars later via Zoom for us to work on some more stuff about it, because we have another rehearsal tomorrow. So it's all part of just bringing the best out of each one of us.
I watched you on stage a minute ago in your recording, and you all just really classic and regal and majestic. I cannot wait to see you as the madame.
Right?
I,
Right? It's gonna be so great,
I,
Anthony, because Miss Barnes is Jamaican, so I'm speaking in a
mm,
Jamaican accent,
yep,
and
yep, yep.
she is a former slave that escaped slavery in Jamaica and came to the U.S. in 1859. So Miss Barnes has an incredibly, when you first see her, she has an incredibly hard edge, incredibly tough woman. But that's because she's had to be.
Yeah.
But she softens during the course of the play, and it's quite a journey.
I cannot wait. I'm going to come with my daughter. My son will come as well.
Okay.
I have my adult kids. My son loves jazz. My daughter loves theater,
Oh,
and so I think
wonderful,
so.
wonderful.
I think I will get both of them to come.
That
And
would
we
be
will
great.
definitely see. I'll be looking forward to that. Now, you said on the music side,
Yes,
you're
yes.
releasing a single Caravan from your EP.
Yes, Caravan is already out there, but the whole EP will be released early this
Oh,
spring. It's being mixed and mastered now, and it will be out this
okay.
spring.
The whole album will be released in spring.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And it's called Caravan.
Okay. Now, where can if we go to your website, if we go to your website, we see get some of that music. Where do we get that music? Your music.
Yes, I am. It's on my website. You can also, it's on my YouTube, and it's on all streaming platforms. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify. It's on Amazon Music. It's on
Hmm.
all streaming platforms. Caravan is right now.
That's
And
great.
the EP
That's
will
awesome.
be when it's released this spring.
Okay. And we have to make sure we get it with TDN as well, so we can
Yes.
celebrate you and play and get your music going as well. So
Yes.
we are we're pretty much at the end of our conversation. As I said, there is a lot to unpack, but we cannot just unleash you completely on the audience. We have to, you know, we have to pace it because there's so much to you. There's so much to you. You're such a talent, and you have such a deep and wide body of work that you come with, and so it's wonderful to get to know you.
Thank you so
Um,
much, Anthony.
yeah, it's great to get to know you and to get to know your work. I cannot wait to dive in and just really become familiar with what you do and to just support you. And of course, you have an open mic here anytime,
Thank you.
right?
I appreciate that. I appreciate
Even
that
if,
very much.
even if you just stop in for 5 minutes and say, "Hey, check me out. The album is out," or "Hey, I'm over here." In April, you said you will be 54 below.
Oh, yes, April 6th. So this is an
Mhm.
important date. April 6th at 54 Below. Sunday, April 6th at 54 Below. Tickets haven't gone on sale yet, but they will soon. The show is at 7 p.m. Tickets are $55, and the show is called From Harlem to Hollywood, the
And
songs of Duke Ellington and Irving Berlin.
that's a show that you put together.
It's
You
my
curated
show.
that
I
show.
created this show. Yes.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. April 6th, 54 and below. Um, I know there's more going on, and as I said, reach out, send me a text.
Will do, Anthony.
I'll mention it on my program. If you want to come in live and say 5 minutes, even if I have another guest, I can always because you bring that fresh energy. So I'll always say yes, come for 5 minutes. Let's talk about what you
Thank
have.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
yeah.
you.
And so I
Press
really appreciate your time. Go ahead.
press and exposure is extremely important for artists nowadays. So I am very grateful and appreciative for this time that you've given me.
No. I really appreciate. I feel like I've spent an hour in the presence of greatness because of all your
Oh, thank
accomplishments and your
you.
talent. Thank you. And so I'll let you close. Just talk to the audience for another couple of minutes. Let them
Okay.
remember who you are. Invite them to come see
Yes.
you. Whatever.
Yes. Yes. Okay. My name is Mary Claire Giraud. Thank you for having me. As I said earlier, I will be playing the role of Miss Barnes in the play Cherry House at Theater Row from February 12th to February 16th. You can get tickets on the Theater Row website, which you can get online. And also, I will be at 54 Below on Sunday, April 6th at 7 p.m. with my show From Harlem to Hollywood, the songs of Duke Ellington and Irving Berlin. It's going to be great. I hope to see you guys at all my concerts. And thank you. And to all of those young people, and even if you're not young, even if you're a little bit older and you want to pursue anything, it doesn't have to be in the arts, just never give up. One step in front of the other. Never give up. Keep moving forward, do the work, and never give up.
All right. That's a good place to leave it, especially as a lot of folks are setting aspirations for 2025. There will be times when it's dark and it looks like it's a long way or it's a
Right.
tough climb.
Yes.
Mary Claire says just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And
That's
if you have
it.
to sit and pause for a minute, sit and pause for a minute,
Yes,
but get back up, right?
that's right. And another thing, Anthony, as long as you do the work, the universe will provide. Just do the
Yes,
work.
yes. That's the only thing we're responsible for is to
That's right. Doing the
is,
work. Yes.
is to do the work. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
all right. Thank you. Thank you. And
Okay.
all the best. All the
Thank you.
best. And I
Yes.
look
I'll
forward
see
to
you. I'll
seeing
see
you.
you at Theater Row and everybody else.
Definitely, I'm looking forward to
Yes.
meeting you in person.
Okay. Take
Okay.
care. Okay.
All right. Good night.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye-bye. Well, there you had it, folks. You know, like we started off 2025 with a bang. What a wonderful guest that we have, Miss Giraud, Marie-Claire Giraud, Dominican by birth, Rome, Italy by initial training. New York City is her playground, literally, and she performs on stages in New York City. She sings, she writes, she's a playwright, she's a songwriter, she's an actor. She's just an all-round performer. And the little taste that we gave you showed the height at which she performs. And so congratulations to Ms. Giraud on her accomplishments so far. And of course, we are buckling in to see where else she is headed. So look forward to the release of her album in February. She has a single that's already out, Caravan, and she's going to be at Theater Row. So you can go to Theater Row and get your tickets. She's appearing there in a play, in a chair called Cherry House. And it's from February 12th to the 16th. So if you are anywhere within the arm's length of New York City, you should come see our own Dominican sister in her off-Broadway performance of Cherry House. And she's curating a show for April 6, 54 and below. Let's show up in some numbers and support her and encourage her and let her see the reward of her hard work. So thank you so much for staying with me, audience. Those of you who stayed with me all through 2024, I want to say thank you for that. And I look forward to all our Wednesday evenings together in 2025. I look forward to your comments and your feedback and your recommendations as to how we can make this show better, even better for you to make you have a better experience with this weekend interview. Uh, just feel free, whatever, text, email, put it in the chat. I would definitely welcome it. If tonight is the first time that you are listening to this weekend interview, I hope that it is not going to be your last. I would love to have you as a regular and returning member of the audience. And as I said also in the beginning of the show, very, very early in 2025, do your eye exam, do your dental exam, do your prostate exam, do your breast exam, do your cervical, whatever it is. Just make sure that you're taking care of your health. Watch what you eat. There's a lot of sugar in a lot of things that we eat. Make a little effort to cut it down gradually, because that is one of those things that has significant health outcomes. The amount of sugar that we consume, there's a direct line between it. That the more the less we consume, is the better our health. So, folks, thank you. Have a good night, and we will see you again next week, Wednesday, on This Week in Interview.